The Jazz squandering it. That's it. That's the only thing I'm good for. 25-point lead against the Thunder in Game 5. Tracy McGrady, are you still confident in the Jazz heading home tonight after what happened in Game 6? Game 5, for Game 6. I can't read either, apparently.
I'm pretty confident in Jazz. I mean, Westbrook and those guys just really haven't looked good in Utah. They haven't given me a reason to believe in them other than what they showed the other night. Now, it could, coming back from 25 and winning that game could be a devastating blow for Utah, and are they able to overcome that?
Y'all always saying to me, why don't you let Russ out of the back?
But it is so hard to win in Utah, as you know.
Yes.
I just don't know if these guys are capable of winning in Utah.
I agree, but this is the thing. Utah doesn't have anybody that's just dominant, right? Like
He's not bad.
Donovan Mitchell is there, but he has yet, he plays it through their system, where it's not just give me the ball, get out of my way. What Russ does and what Paul George, what both of them did in that second half of that game.
Here's what Russ does. Russ barrels to the basket. Here's what Russ got to do in that 25-point comeback. Barrel to the basket without Rudy Gobert there because he got into foul trouble. He's had trouble with Rudy Gobert since these guys first started matching up against each other.
The pressure's on Utah. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is because you don't want to go to OKC for a Game 7, the pressure is on the Utah team to close them out. You're down. You're up 25 on the road, which is hard to knock a team out. It's hard to knock them out on the road, and so you miss that opportunity. So if you don't do it at home, right now, all of a sudden the momentum goes back to OKC.
But what player do we see in Russ tonight? Do we see the guy that tries to get his guys involved, or we see the guy that's relentless? And
we know which Russ we're going to see.
So that's going to take away from some of the other guys as well.
Yeah,
but you have to get involved. You're going to need those guys on this road.
But the other guys weren't involved in that comeback.
Well, Paul George
was. I'm just saying Russ and Paul were. Russ and Paul were. Carmelo struggled, the other guys. I'm saying those two guys weren't involved in those two guys were the main reason they came back. So those two guys are going to be uber aggressive at the start of this Utah game.
Our Royce Young was talking to Woj on his podcast and said that he felt like Russ went in and finally went into the phone booth and put on the Superman suit after, in Game 5. And is that who they're going to see? I would argue that Superman suit was partly tailored by the idea that Gobert was out of the game. So we will see what they come up with tonight. Look, the Thunder know a 3-1 lead is not a safe lead in a series. It has been done to them. They can maybe go do it to someone else. They've already a step in there, and we'll have to see what happens.